What's up, everyone? It's Kaisen here, and welcome back to The Awakening. At the start of this episode, we do have a couple things to do. First off, I want to show you a vendor recipe that I haven't highlighted yet. And it is about if you find gems, and I can show you some here, that have quality, but that are not really used that often. For example, Shield Charge, I don't think a lot of people use it in their builds, same as Devouring Totem. You can try to sell them, but because so few people use it, EK, there's more people using it, but 6% quality, it's not that high, and additional accuracy, I don't think people are looking for quality there. So if you have these quality gems that you can't really sell because nobody wants them, there's one more thing that you can do with them. It's the same as quality on other items like weapons or armor. You can add them up to 40 overall. So here we have 13, 25, 34, and 40. So if you have 4 that add up to 40, ideally exactly 40, just sell them all to the vendor and you will get a GCP out of it. And the value of a GCP is roughly 2 to 3 chaos, depending on what you get on the market at that point. So if you look up PoE.trade and you see that all of them are roughly worth a fuse, but you can't sell them for a fuse, then this is definitely a good trade for you. So we're going to do this, and that should give us another completion for the recipes. One more thing that I wanted to do is I found 2 more Divine Life Flasks, so we're just gonna see if we get something interesting on them. The increased recovery when on low life, not a big fan of it. Immunity to shock might be interesting, but I don't think it's good enough to use an augment on it. So the last thing is a Hallowed Hybrid Flask. Right now we are using a Sacred, and it's okay. Like the freeze could be interesting, but this one has perfect charge recovery, which is good because we sometimes need the hybrid for to refill our mana. So we'll just see what we get on here. Some evasion rating, sure, that's fine. So we're just gonna take that instead of the one that we were using right now, and we will put those in here. I'm actually gonna leave this here, and as soon as you have 5 Divine Life Flasks that are magic, you can sell them all together at the vendor, and you get 1 unidentified magic 1, so you can recycle them in a sense. So the only downside to this now is that we don't really have removes freeze on our gear anymore, which means if we find a strongbox, for example, that has freezes you when activated on it, we might have to go back and just exchange it for that particular case. But other than that, we should be fine, and I think that was all I wanted to show you guys right now. So that means we're going back to Act 2, and there's only one thing left to do. We're going straight to Vol. Let's go for it then. Level 62 here. I'll probably try to go through it relatively quickly, and then maybe get some levels on the other side in Act 3. We'll just disregard most of the mobs in here. We should probably be a bit more careful here just because there is shocked ground. Oh, and I'm lagging. Okay, here we go. We can get rid of these, take this for ourselves, and keep on going. That's a fractured one as well. Shouldn't be a big issue. Whoa. Hello. We'll use the shrine first before we have a look at it. We can keep going here. Yeah, we have 18 or 15 seconds left now. Okay, we already made it to the ancient pyramids. So since we get into a new area, we don't have the shrine anymore. Which also means we can have a look at this. This should be Void Home, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Physical damage, mace. We should be able to sell this. The only sad part is that it's only one socket, which usually lowers the value of the item quite a bit. At this point it could have literally 6 sockets in the ideal case, ideal scenario. Let's kill this guy. That's a chrome. And we'll just bring this down. Okay, let's keep going. That's the next one up right here. And this is a Torah mission. So we'll have a look whether we can find Torah in here. If it's on another level, I might just skip it. Okay, I do want to get rid of this guy because we might have to come back. So let's see. That's a jeweler's. And I will most likely go for it. We could roll this. Because we are level 60 plus now, jewelers usually gives you belts and rings and amulets. So it makes sense to try and get something like 2 additional rare items on it. Because we could use those straight away for the recipe, for the chaos recipe. So that's why I'm going back. I will not invest too much currency into it, but I want to at least give it a try. So what we will do is we'll just drop this in here. That's not much. So let's just put that in here and we get chrome right here. Alright, that goes in here, and I need 1 transmute, and I'll just take a couple of alterations and augmentations with me. And we're going back. Okay, so let's use the transmute. Identified items. It's not really doing too much for us, so I will use an alteration here. Augment contains mirrored items. Is that good on jewelry? I wouldn't say so. I want to use another one. Again, mirrored items, 1 more, +2 chest level. It's not really doing too much. I think I'm going to use 2 more and then I'll stop. 3 additional magic items. You know what? I'm going to leave it at this. I don't think it's great, but I don't want to invest much more in this. So at least we get some stuff that we can sell for alteration shards again. So we get some of our money back. It doesn't matter how it turns out. So I guess that's the good part. I don't think the rolls were that great. Okay, so we get... Wow, we only get the 3. That's a bit sad. Alright. That was not too great. Let's get rid of this. And I do want to, before I go up to the next area, I do want to go through here and see if I can find Torah somewhere. Because then we can still do the quest. And I would like to do the quest. Whoa. Okay. Okay. That hurt. Yeah, we have to take this guy down. Otherwise this is not really working. Okay. The 2 stones. not good enough, not quite. Increased crit chance. That's didn't really do much. Okay, so we don't have Tora here. We don't have her here. So with that, this is basically, yeah. It's done for me now. Because I don't necessarily want to go back from other levels just for this. So since it's not on here, we'll just go up and don't worry about it anymore. Alright. Amethyst flask. Sure, I'll take that. Come on. Oh, we do have the Colossals here, who actually hit pretty hard. So we have to be... Yeah, you can... Whoa, holy... I was about to say, yeah, you can see how hard they hit, but that was even harder than I thought they would. So, surprise! Man, luckily only one of them hit. Otherwise, you guys would have been happy to see my first death. Divine Life. Okay, we need more of those. Alright, so I do have to be really careful about this. Or not, because we are at the top now. There's nothing really that we have to identify. So this is Vol on Merciless. We do have 3.5k life. And, well, the energy shield... Oh yeah, it's still going towards our life. Okay, so 160 energy shield on top of it. What else? Where's our main... Here we have Incinerate with roughly 3k DPS. 44% cast speed modifier. And then we have 32% physical damage reduction, 15% evade, 75, 66, 73, and minus 60, and 25% block, which is not just what we have on here because we have 24, but we already have a passive for 1%, and we'll be getting more of these over time. So those are the stats that might be interesting to you guys while doing this. If you are following the same build, otherwise you will have different stats. But Vol is usually not a hard opponent. The only thing, especially on Merciless difficulty, that you should be careful about are the stones falling down. If they do, just use your granite, or maybe you have, maybe you have an evasion flask. So use one of the two to make sure that you're not taking too much damage. And this is what I'm talking about. I just procced my flask right there. Okay, so we have Vol already a third down. And we get our body back up. I'm just gonna go over here and I can just get rid of all of them really quickly. Okay, and now we'll try to get him back into the middle a bit, which didn't really work. Okay, halfway down. You wanna not get hit by this, so get out of the way. But apart from that, okay. To get hit once by the lightning is not a big issue. I usually don't evade until I got hit once, and then you can just run in semicircles and evade the rest. Yeah, you do want to avoid this. And Vol is pretty much down. Just gonna get my flask up, and here we go. Sages rolled. That is Zandethus Cassock. 48 cows. Interesting. Again, just something to sell for us. And with that, we finished Act 2 Merciless. And after selling all of these, I'll see you in Act 3. Before we continue in Act 3, we have 2 more Divine Life Flasks. And nothing good. So those 2 go back in here. Okay. Merciless Act 3, here we come. City of Sarn is level 63. I don't necessarily think that we have to level here. We can probably just continue with the storyline because I do feel that we have enough damage and we're pretty tanky. Except for maybe physical damage. So we should be able to just proceed. And maybe level a bit in docks. Okay, so let's just... What's this? Extra damage. Let's get rid of all of the small ones first. And I do wanna curse those. Let's see how much this guy does. It's not too bad. I can almost tank him. Oh, not with this guy around. Okay, this is super dangerous, yeah. You guys could see what was happening there. Okay. I got completely destroyed. Haste Aura is not really good in combination with this boss. So let's get him down first. Nice. I will take this one as well. And now we can take the hasted mob. Oh, that was a fractured hasted mob. Okay. Alright. That was pretty close, because the combination of those 2 was super deadly. But we made it. Let's take this one. I'm not sure if I will be able to sell the gem that I just picked up, but it's worth a try. A lot of gems I'll just sell for 3 or 4 alterations. It's still more than what I would get by selling them to the vendor, obviously, because that's just a scroll fragment. So I think it's still worth it, and I do it through procurement, which is a trading tool, so I don't have to really invest time myself to sell it. If people want to have it, they just talk to me. I just get somebody whispering me that they want a certain gem, and then I'm done with the trade in a couple of seconds. So that works out pretty well usually. Alright, so we get another 6 socket, and we made it to the Sarn encampment. Again, I'll use a shortcut here to go into the middle of town. And we'll get all of the quests from our friends here. Grigor as well. And let's see. There's nothing really interesting here. Nope, they're all terrible. And we obviously gonna sell the Majestic Blade for the jewelers. Yeah, it doesn't really make sense to... back in the day, people would use one fusing on the 6 sockets, and then if you don't get a 6th link, they would sell them. But I don't really feel like it makes a lot of sense because, yes, you are still making profit by doing it from the item itself, but not as much as you could. So I rather save my fusings and jewelers for an item that I really want a 6 link and 6 socket. Or the other way around, obviously. So let's go into the slums straight away. As I said, we don't really have to level. Let's get our auras back up. And our buddy right here. So this is still 63. What is this? Reflects elemental damage. Let's see how much damage I'm doing to myself. I guess it's alright. It could be way worse. Whoa. Oh, that apparently was the other guy. Corrupting blood on the other one. Come on. Okay, we got him. So here, especially if you have so many mobs all at once, it's really good to have the setup with Enfeeble. It makes it so much less likely that you're just gonna be focused down by all of these mobs, because they can't really deal as much damage as beforehand. What do we have here? Okay, that's a dangerous aura, so we want to kill this guy as quickly as possible before we get any of the mobs around. Beautiful. So I'm just gonna disregard all of the white ones here. Well, I don't want to disregard these because they deal chaos damage, and that could be really dangerous. Alright. Whoa. There is, again, some lag, as you guys might be able to see. I'm hoping that it won't be too bad, so I can still react to everything in time. We should be relatively close to the entrance to the is it catacombs? I think catacombs is the next area. So let's just get all of these down. And just by going through here and killing a few mobs, you should be able to get the level that you need. Ah, crematorium. Okay, that was the one. So I'd say that the crematorium should be the last area in this episode. We'll see how quickly we can go through this. What is this one? There's nothing special on him. Okay. That's a hasted aura. So let's just give them something else to attack. This guy is even fractured. Okay, I do want to be careful here. So once I get the fracture down, I want to kill all of them straight away. Nice, that worked out. Get my buddy back up with full health. Courtesan. That seems to be one that was just introduced with the recent patch. Okay, let's get rid of the incinerator. And all of the others as well. Let's go in here. My fire should be fine, right? Yeah, it's 75. Okay. Perfect. That looks like a dead end. Okay, so we made it to Piety. With 73 lightning, we should be absolutely fine here. Let's get rid of the rest. I'm just gonna put up a totem here, but we should be able to burn through all of them in a second. And then we'll just curse Piety and get her down to 50% straight away. Yeah. It's no problem. enough of this. Okay. I'm okay with that. I just want the bracelet. We'll get the portal back. And go to Clarissa. Get the sewer keys. Sell this one. It's double life, but there's nothing else on it, so it's not interesting to us. Just gonna drop all of this in here. And we do have, well, you know, actually, it's probably not worth it. We'll start with the sewers next episode. We did make quite a bit of leeway this episode, made it into Act 3. And I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. We're getting closer and closer to maps. Subscribe to the channel for more videos, and I'll see you guys next time.